Hello everyone, welcome to somewhere in Florida, aka Satan's armpit. And today we're going to be doing some sumo deadlifts. Going to talk a little bit. Oop, got a little echo there. Got my live chat over here, so there's a little echo. Anyway, yeah, so we're continuing our rehabilitation process, and we're now at the point where we can actually start to do some deadlifts. So I'm going specifically off the advice of my chiropractor, who put a lot of emphasis on sumo deadlifts, specifically for the wider stance and the more emphasis on leg activation. Obviously, I'm not trying to tweak my back again, so we're not shooting for PRs. We're not doing anything crazy. As a matter of fact, this workout will be pretty boring, so heads up. Not going to be doing any feats of strength today, but this is my second session of doing sumo deadlifts. As you guys may know, I was going to stream last Sunday, and I live in Florida, so can't plan out streams too far ahead. And basically what ended up happening is it rained all day. I didn't have a single window at all to go live. So yeah, but I did get the sumo deadlift session in. So this is technically my second one. I started off at 85 pounds. I just did sets of 12, kind of working that hypertrophy rep range, just basically greasing the skids again and laying a groundwork to actually begin a real strength progression again. So anyway, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, so it's been 3 months since the laminectomy on my back. And I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm able to start doing compound lifts again. For the most part, I've started doing overhead press and obviously sumo deadlift. But like cleans, at least not with, at least with any kind of like serious weight. I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. My strongman log is going to continue to collect dust probably for the next month or so. Before I can actually, move that thing around. So, all right. So, I'm already warmed up. I'm actually sweaty as hell right now. I just got done doing little work on the farm. So, I'm just gonna jump straight into my workout. I've got the bar loaded. Let's get the camera a little bit better angle. I got the bar loaded. It was 65 right now. I just have a couple of 10-pound bumper plates on there. So we're just going to rep out a little warm-up set. And then the goal is to get to, if I can get to 95, that would be good. It's going to depend on how this set feels. But I might jump up to 100 even just for the heck of it. But yeah, just going light and being real conservative with the weight, at least for right now. So let's get this warm-up set in and yeah, let's get started. So as you can see there, I'm keeping kind of a slower tempo, really just focused on lifting the weight correctly, having good form, and basically keeping everything tight, because the last thing I want is to injure my back again. So, all right, so we're only gonna step up one more interval today. So that's 65. How much should we put on the bar? Let's see how 95 feels. Okay, a little bit more. And we'll just make it 100 even. Why not? If you notice there, the first set was almost like a tempo set. Very slow, very focused, like I said. Just trying to keep everything tight and have the best form possible. We don't want anything weird, no deviations. There's really no room for that. But thankfully, with these sets, there's no pain. That's something I haven't been able to say in a while. So, yeah, most like squatting type movements and lunging movements gave me a lot of pain, you know, later in the recovery. Obviously, I wasn't doing that in the first few weeks. But now I can do it pain-free, which is kind of what has given me the green light to, you know, start at least working on deadlifting again. So, like I said, this is my second session. We're just moving up a little bit from last time. So, like I said, we did 85 last time, and yeah, we got 100 on the bar now. So I'm going to shoot for 12 because we want to stay in that same hypertrophy rep range. And really, we'll just see how it feels. Really, with a lot of the exercises I've been doing post-surgery, it's been pretty much mostly by feel in general. You know, I know what exercises I want to do, but I kind of listen to my body in terms of the rep range. So if I hit the first set and, you know, I feel like I can only do one more or that I should pull the plug, you know, I'm very quick to do that. It's very important, you know, especially when you're recovering, to listen to your body. And not listening to my body is what got me in this problem in the first place. So we don't want a repeat of that. All right, so we're gonna shoot for 12. So we're going up 15 pounds from last week, and we're shooting for the same reps. Whew. Breathing a little heavier than normal right now. I was going through my Instagram last night, just looking at old like pictures and videos of me and Rachel, the wife, and damn, I was strong as hell 4 years ago. I have lost a lot of it. Honestly, I haven't really done any kind of strongman or powerlifting style training since I kind of moved out into the country. I think the most I've deadlifted is maybe 450 or so since I've been out here. So nothing competitive. I think my days of, you know, trying to get to 600 pounds on conventional are far behind me. But yeah, I was looking at these videos like, holy shit, I'm the same person. All right, we got a comment here. Saw your video about Z press. Just wanted to mention it was not invented by Big Z. It was a poor translation from his native language. He just meant he presses sitting on the bench. Oh, well, thank you, TTT. I did not know that. I did not know that. I always thought that the Z press was named after Zavatskis. Obviously, because I said that in the video. So I will go forward, no longer saying that. So if Big Z didn't invent the Z press, then who did? Was it Zelensky? Yeah. Some Bear Glasscraft, hello. Speaking of wife, how you doing? It is hotter than Satan's armpit. Of course, the heat index is somewhere in the hundreds. Yeah, looks like I just got rained on. We just got done unloading a bunch of rocks from out of the truck. So that was my warm up for today's workout, was lifting a bunch of rocks. So, hey, some things never change, right? I used to compete in lifting rocks. Now I warm up with it. See what else I wanted to touch on. So yeah, Sunbear in the chat, watching live right now. That is the wife who is currently pregnant with my daughter. So we're very excited for that. Looks like somewhere in early December, late November, I'm gonna be a dad. So yeah, really excited for that. She is showing. You can definitely tell now. For a long time, she was kind of worried because she's a little bit taller. She's actually about my height, which I'm kind of a manlet. I'm like 5'9", so nothing impressive. But she wasn't showing for a while, and just recently, it's like, wow, like out of nowhere, you are pregnant. This is obvious now. Now, like, the baby's kicking, and like I can feel her stomach, and feel the little flutters and stuff, and it's really cool. I mean, I've been through this kind of as an older brother to a bunch of younger sisters, but it's something way different when it's yours, for sure. All right, we got some chats lined up here. Let me pull the laptop up so I'm not squatting down a bunch. Error from interview with Savaskus that sounded like the Z press we know, but all he really meant was he improved his shoulder strength pressing sitting on a bench. Really? As at the beginning of his career, shoulders were actually his weak point, but the exercise gained popularity and kept its name. Wow. That is, that's really cool. I did not know that. That is very interesting. So the exercise was invented from a mistranslation, basically an accident. Wow. Well, it's a little late to go back and, edit that video. I think I did that video like 5 years ago or so, but maybe I'll like pin a comment at some point or something if I remember. But yeah, don't forget, this is Q&A and comment, whatever. We're just hanging out. Anyone has any fitness, diet type extra, questions or whatever, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am here to give all the free advice you could possibly desire. What's up, Mark? How's Inglaterra? I can tell you, you can probably look at me and see how Florida is right now. It's a swampy mess, a big old swampy mess right now. But yeah, so the baby is on the way. She's in the oven, and yeah, we're very excited. It's raining. The summer has been cold. Man, you are freaking lucky. It is early afternoon where I'm at. Mr. Nomadic, what is this? I need to have a better setup here. Look at this boomer tier. I mean, I am almost 40, so I have an excuse. Morning or early afternoon. Yep. It is early afternoon, and it sure feels like it. I believe it is going to be raining here pretty soon. So, oh, Daily Mock from the D Live. What's up, Daily Mock? And from Firefly Discord. Oh, getting the gang together, huh? I feel like I missed a comment in here somewhere. Some bear said it's moist. It's raining. The summer has been cold. Yeah, man, you are lucky. We can't say the same about Florida. It has been horrendous, but it's gonna start cooling off here pretty soon. Kind of once we get into hurricane season and it's cloudy all the time, it tends to cool off. You start to feel some cool breezes and stuff like that. So there's light at the end of the tunnel here. Man, we are getting some chats. Sonny told us to gang up on you. Yes, please gang up on me. Keep the conversation going. And like I said, and like the title says, this is a fitness Q&A, so you know, we can talk about whatever you want, but especially if you have diet or fitness questions or need advice, feel free to drop it in the chat and let's talk about it. Hey there, it must be nice to be in a swamp. I'm surrounded by fire. Oh, yeah, that's okay. The Canadian. Wow, I didn't realize you guys are still having fires up in Canada. That's crazy. I've heard sort of anecdotal accounts of people in the northern side of the U.S. smelling the smoke and having it cloud up their towns and stuff, but that is crazy. I don't know what I'm not allowed to say on YouTube or not, but isn't there like evidence that they were started by somebody? Some bad actors? I don't know. We'll keep it Wojcinski friendly here in this stream. If we want to go off the rails, we got to go back to D Live. Dang, it is so freaking, you can't even see. You probably can't see it, but yeah, you see how wet it is? I can't even dry my sunglasses. The kids, literally everything is wet right now. It's disgusting. I don't know how people enjoy living here. It's just not it doesn't feel very good. Unless you live directly on the beach in Florida, it just feels like ass. It feels like butt. But maybe it's because I'm not a native, but I don't know. I just got done lifting a bunch of rocks with a Florida native who was complaining about the heat, so glad that I'm not alone. All right, I'm gonna do another set. Like I said in the beginning, I'm up 15 pounds from my first sumo deadlift workout, so we're slowly sort of progressing again with weight, keeping it light, staying in that hypertrophy 8 to 12 rep range, because we're basically just trying to build foundation right now. And we'll see how far we can take this through progression, but eventually I might switch back into lower rep ranges and actually go through a legitimate strength progression again. And I know, you know, at 40 years old, pushing 40, I'm not going to get the old numbers that I used to have, but I mean, if I could get, you know, my trap bar back up to like 500, I would be fine with that, you know. All right, so let's go back here and hit this bar for 12 more reps, and I'll be right back. Leave your questions, comments in the chat. All right, that's feeling pretty good. You know, obviously I waited nice and long before I actually started to to get back into deadlifting again. Did a lot of water testing before I actually loaded a barbell up again. So yeah, it's really nice not feeling pain. It's a novel thing. Sun Bear, be careful. You betcha. Okay, I need to go visit my baby nieces and nephews again before they leave. I'll be in and out. Oh, it's fine. Rachel is out of town right now. She's on the other side of the state visiting family. And we're in a situation right now where pretty much only one of us gets to leave at a time for an extended period of time, just because of the amount of animals that we have here. Yeah, we can't really do an entire day away from the house, so, or farm. So, yeah. All right, so that was my second set. I think I'm just gonna do one more. And we'll see how I feel after that. I mean, it is freaking brutal right now. I am losing a ton of water. And like I said in the beginning, like the warm up for doing this workout was kind of doing work outside. So, yeah. My bad. Look at that. Technical difficulty. So yeah, the last month has been pretty smooth. Haven't really felt any kind of pain. The laminectomy was a success. The only thing I have left over is a little tiny, it's a scar about that big, just a little purple guy in my lower back. So it's barely noticeable. Phone must be junk. If you saw the setup that I have, it's pretty haphazard. It's pretty jury rigged. The camera is pretty much sitting on a stack of boxes that's being balanced by carefully placed dumbbells. So yeah, actually, when I was setting this up and testing it out earlier, the entire thing fell over. Luckily, I didn't have my phone on it, so nothing actually got damaged or anything like that. So. But yeah, last month has been good. As you can tell, I have been, you know, a lot more active in the gym. I'm working out 3 days a week now, 2 to 3, depending on my schedule. And obviously I do a lot of manual work here. So, you know, if I'm doing a lot of stuff one week, maybe I'll only work out 2 days. So yeah, I kind of work the workouts in around the amount of chores that I have going on here. So yeah, last month I've started sort of like upper body progression. I've started like working the legs a little bit, like leg presses and stuff like that. So the sumo deadlift is the first, you know, deadlifts that I've done since long before, well, right before the laminectomy. I did a mini progression in anticipation for surgery, just because I wanted to have a good base of core strength, you know, for the recovery process, because it's very hard to move, to walk, you know, to get out of bed when you don't have any function out of your lower back at all. So, and that really helped a lot. I was able to do, it's called a seal roll, which if you ever get back surgery, you'll know what a seal roll is. But I was able to do it very effectively because of, you know, the strength that I put into training before the surgery. So it's been a pretty graceful recovery so far. All right, Nomadic Wrencher says I was streaming. Okay, I gotta take the glasses off here for a second. It's so freaking wet, I can't even see anything. I was streaming one time back in the day. I set my phone on the edge of a toolbox. Somehow it fell into a bucket of water. Oh no. Persia car engine. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I've never had anything like that happen to me. There was one time, long time ago, my first deployment to Iraq. One of the guys in my platoon, we had a little gym that was set up in our tent. We had like a little tent city that we lived in. And one of the tents, you know, had a gym in it. There was a squat rack, you know, dumbbells and stuff like that. and a couple of treadmills. And we went in there, and, you know, we had our iPods, because this was, 2005, back when iPods were the thing to own. And he had this brand new iPod, and we had finished the weight training, and we were going to do some cardio. So we get up on the treadmill. He puts his iPod in the cup holder, and the cup holder was full of water, because, you know, it was a tent, so the tent was leaky and stuff. It was monsoon season, so there's only like 1 month in Iraq where it really rains. So it happened to be that month. He put the thing in the cup holder, and it just instantly died. And I think that's one of the times in my life when I saw someone's soul leave their body through their eyes. Like, devastating, especially when you're out there. It's like, sometimes it takes months to get mail. Like, I ordered a video game while I was over there. It was the like Command and Conquer collection for PC, and it took 5 months to get there. So if you lose like a critical piece of entertainment, you're boned for a long time. So yeah, it sucked. But yeah, similar story, I guess. Thankfully I've never had that happen. I had a 5, what is it, the iPhone 5C, the plastic variation of the 5. And the first gym that I trained at, that I was subleasing in Tampa, I had it sitting on a bench, and it fell off the bench and landed on the top, like the handle part of a kettlebell, and it just split the screen. So yeah, gotta be careful. Hopefully we don't totally jinx this stream, and this is the last time you guys see me because the phone drops or something. All right, okay, we got to catch up a little bit. Mark, I had an injury involving overtraining with my forearms last year, almost 11 months ago. My arms are still a bit sore sometimes now. When do I start training again? That sounds really bad. 11 months ago? Do you have like tennis elbow, or is there something else going on in that arm, in that kinetic chain? That sounds really, really bad. If you're still feeling pain after 11 months, you probably have something that needs to be like looked at by a professional and corrected, to be honest. Is it okay to train if they hurt a bit? No. I mean, I would say your safest bet is always going to be to listen to your body, right? If your body is telling you, you know, a certain lift, certain exercise doesn't feel right, you want to listen to it, but then you also want to take whatever steps you need to take to correct it. So, so you're saying you're feeling pain in your forearms. So are you feeling them more in your flexors, your extensors? Like what groups of muscles are actually hurt? Are you feeling it through your elbow? Are you feeling it through your brachioradialis? Possibly into your bicep? Is there any other sort of systemic pain in that chain? If you can answer that, we might be able to narrow it down a little bit, but I would still recommend like seeing like some sort of a hand specialist for that one. The injury was caused by not taking enough breaks from training. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You got to listen to your body. You know, if something doesn't feel right, it's time to pull the plug. And it's not okay, like, unless you're a cop or you're in the military or something like that, there's no reason to push yourself through stupid amounts of pain until you get injured, right? I'm speaking from experience here. This is the whole reason why I got surgery. All right. Nomadic Wrencher. This lady I was caretaker for in her house. Kids and animals were stationed in Iraq for a while. She sent pics of the camel spiders. Yes, camel spiders are freaking everywhere in Iraq, especially. I used to see them a lot because I used to work night shift. I worked on a flight line. I was a UAV pilot. And when I would walk the flight line from the tents to the hangar, there would be camel spiders galore. So I'd have like a little headlamp on, and I'd be able to see them scattering. Horrific. I mean, they are disgusting creatures. They're actually, I don't think they're actual spiders. They're more closely related to scorpions. So, and they look like it. All right, we got another comment. She She said she was sleeping one night and woke up to smelling plastic. One of the sergeants caught the, okay, glasses off. Caught the porta pots on fire. Cause was 5 spiders inside of it. That is disgusting. That's a good story. I've heard of people waking up with them on them in the middle of the night, like waking up with them on their chest, because they tend to huddle towards body heat. So it is fairly common to have camel spiders kind of nuzzle up against you at night, especially when you're living in a tent with no kind of pest control. All right, Mark, it's a few particular muscles in the forearm, which I did not give enough time to recover between workouts. Yeah, it's going to be really important. Like, if you really want my opinion, I kind of have to know what muscles. So are we talking about like the palm side or the top side, or you know, sort of the part that runs across your elbow here? So if you can narrow that down, my guess is that it's probably your flexors. You probably did way too much flexing. Oh, it's your extensors. Okay, see, they're probably weakened. Okay, we can work with that. In a second, I will prescribe a remedy for that. Let me just read through what we got so far. Camel spiders. I can do stuff like gardening, but if I do a lot of gardening, it gets sore after. It's not really that it hurts while I use it. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, gardening, I mean, I assume you're not really lifting much, maybe some like rocks or soil or something like that. Really overtrained. Yeah, it sounds like it's not only overtrained, it sounds like you have an imbalance between your flexors and extensors. So from all of that squeezing, I think actually Rachel told me that you were deadlifting several times per week, every week, and you were just kind of working through this growing pain in your forearms. Don't do that again, for one. Like I said, listen to your body. If you feel something like that, make sure you sort of pace yourself. But the one thing that I would recommend at least, is to start working the extensor muscles in your forearm, okay? So the reason why you're feeling a lot of pain is because the muscles responsible for squeezing are too strong relative to the muscles responsible for opening, right? So you want to work the extensor muscles, the ones responsible for opening your fingers up, right? So I'm sure you probably have seen those little finger trainers. They're really popular with like guitarists that are starting out. I'm trying to think of other little pieces of equipment. They have one where you have like a loop for every finger, and you have elastic in between each finger, and it squeezes your fingers together, and you basically you end up working your extensors by resisting against it and pushing out. So if you can work the opposite muscles to your squeezing muscles, I predict that at least over time, you'll start to notice an improvement. I would stay away from grip training, stay away from deadlifting, no closing your hands around anything heavy, at least for like a few weeks. Like, give it a few weeks of just working the extensors. So you can get one of those little like resistance bands for your fingers. Another thing you can do, it's called a wader press. So let me see if I can grab a weight real quick. So this is another really good one for working the extensors. You can also do this with a kettlebell if you hold it by the bell and press. But I always prefer to do it with a plate, and you're gonna hold it just like a waiter, opening your fingers up and getting those extensors activated, and then you just press it overhead, right? So you could do this flat like this, and then another variation you can do is on your fingertips here. This is one that I do pretty often since I mess around with guitar a lot. So, you know, I'm doing a lot of flexing with my fingers. So I have to pay attention to my extensors, or I will end up in the same boat that you are. So the flat-handed wader press, the fingers up wader press, And then there is the kettlebell variation, which I'm actually using a kettlebell right now to keep the camera up. I don't really have another light one. So, yeah, that will help. Let me think of what else. Oh, just look into, this is also for Mark with the forearm imbalance. Look into distractions, okay? Banded distractions. There's a lot of really good banded distractions out there for your wrists and forearms, specifically with the problem that you have. So one of the ones that you can do, I'll just kind of talk you through it, and hopefully you can visualize what I'm putting down here. So basically you would take a resistance band, anchor it to, you know, something sturdy, like, you know, like a 4x4 on the ground or something like that. And then you're gonna pull the band nice and tight. You're gonna get it around your forearm here, and you're gonna flatten your hand and pull against the band, right? You're gonna get a good amount of tension, and then you're gonna flex your elbow and lock it out with the band pulling this opposite way. So that way you get a little bit of transverse movement in there too to kind of loosen things up. So you do it like that with the band going this way. So you're getting tension going this way. Then you'll turn your hand outward like this, and you're gonna have the band resisting the same direction, right? You're just gonna open all of that up in a more of a transverse sense. All right, let's get caught up. All right, it looks like I went to standby. All right, I have missed a lot of comments here. Yeah, top side, all right. Derek says, hey, hello, Derek, how's it going? Mark, yeah, I was struggling to carry my bag to the gym and still doing a workout because the pain was fine when I started working out. So it started loosening up once you got some blood flow in there. Yeah, it sounds like a chronic injury, but it doesn't sound like anything's actually broken yet. Like, it doesn't sound like you've actually torn any ligaments or, you know, injured yourself yet. So you're still in a stage right now where you could correct it. And like I said, just look into different extension exercises for your fingers. Willie B, people do kind of the same thing with the bucket of rice. Are you referring to the waiter press that I was showing earlier, Will? I've never heard of doing that with a bucket of rice, and I assume that would work. With the waiter press, though, you never really want to go that heavy. Like, even when my overhead press was, I think the most I got was like 250. When I was kind of at that strength level, I was still only doing waiter press with the 25-pound plate. So you always want to be nice and conservative, go nice and light. You know, start off with a 5, see how the 5 feels, and then if you want to, you can progress up to a 10. All right, I think it was deadlifts and lat pull downs which messed my forearms up. I mean, like, if you were only doing deadlifts, oh, the sun's in a weird spot right now, whatever. If you were only doing deadlifts and lat pull downs, yeah, then you definitely set yourself up for sort of an imbalance issue there for sure. I guess I would have to know more about your training to see where the imbalance happened, but it sounds like you were doing a lot of gripping and squeezing without enough extension. Willie says, hope you're doing well, man. Thank you. Yes, I am doing a lot better. I've been pain-free for about the last month or so, and yeah, slowly working back into, you know, getting in shape. Well, in shape. I never stopped working out. It's just, you know, obviously I wasn't doing much for a while, but yeah, starting to take things more seriously, getting my numbers kind of back up again. Today's sumo deadlift was 100 pounds for 12. Just kind of staying in the hypertrophy range and focusing a lot more on tempo, form, keeping everything tight. So not going to be busting any PRs anytime soon. And I'm most certainly not going to be doing any kind of competition. Probably not going to be competing anymore, to be honest. All right, let's see. I started using a liquid chalk, which allowed me to lift a lot more in deadlift, and that messed up my forearms. Yeah, it sounds like you just kept going, you kept working through pain, and it just got to the point where you pretty much were unable to do deadlifts. So I hope you can fix that. It sounds like you can. Based on what you told me, I'm pretty optimistic that's going to be not a very difficult fix. So also, if you're looking to get on like a more of a coherent progression program, help correct that injury and get you back into deadlifting again, I do offer online coaching. Mark, I'm not sure if you're in my Discord. I can send you an invite after this, but yeah, feel free to join. And if you want some training programs, I can hook that up. All right, let's see. Liquid chalk. Liquid chalk is it's kind of a nice little life hack though, like, because most gyms you're not allowed to use chalk because they frown at, you getting it all over the place. And, chalk is hydrophilic. So it's going to attract a bunch of water and it's going to rust everything a lot more quickly. So you can't blame them for banning chalk, but pretty much everything I have to keep sanding and spray painting incrementally because of the amount of rust that I end up with, because I use a lot of chalk. All right, meme streets. What you do is order a pizza and eat a bite with every pump of the waiter press. I'm not going to recommend that. First of all, that would be hot, right? It'd be a little too hot on your hand. And, and the more pizza that you eat, you're going to have unequal center of gravity there with the weight distribution. So, I don't know. You're playing with fate there. I do not recommend waiter pressing a pizza, especially not while eating it. What kind of Planet Fitness shit is that? All right, Mark Boggs, okay. Willie B, for finger extension, instead of the tool with the loops. Oh, okay. I think this is a follow-up to finger extension instead of the tool with the loops around your fingers. I don't know if that was a partial statement there. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the one that goes around your fingers, but there's a few different variations that you can find, especially if you go into like a music store, go into the guitar section. They're gonna have a bunch of little like finger exercise type things. So yeah, look for that. Mark says I was doing a lot of different stuff, but those are the ones that messed up my grip. Deadlift and the lat pull down. I gotcha. Yeah, that's going to be your antidote. There is going to be to work the extensors. Willie B, don't forget to like the video. Yes, thank you for putting that out there, Willie. Please leave a like. Help me. I don't know, get seen in the algorithm or something. I don't know how this works. Obviously, it's been like 5 years and I have like 3,000 subs. So. But I mean, I don't have anything else, I guess, to my credit. I don't have Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, any of the other social media things I don't really participate in. So that's probably why there's been a lack of growth. There's not really a lot of sharing going on, not a lot of hustle going, like social media, Gary Vaynerchuk hustle going on my end. All right, Mark says I was doing, and Nomadic Wrencher, I can grab him an invite and send it if you want. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, Nomadic, I would appreciate that. Anyone who wants to join, actually, if you wouldn't mind dropping an invite directly in the chat, if anyone wants to join the Discord. There I also, I answer fitness questions. We just talk about a bunch of random stuff. Fighting, music. Yeah. A little gaming. Although I haven't posted there a whole lot. It's gotten a little more active in recent times, but We need to get better. Man, there is not a single surface that's not wet right now. I'm trying so hard to clean these sunglasses and I'm just not catching a break here. All right, so I'm gonna do one more set of sumo deadlifts. This is gonna be my third one, 100 pounds, 12 reps. Nothing special, just slowly getting back into it. Ooh, gonna end up with some rashes from that. Ooh, it is so friggin' hot. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. So yeah, we are technically doing regular streams again. I'm trying to do Sundays, but you know, it's Florida, so some days it literally just rains all day and I have no window to go live. So I had to cancel last week, but really like to keep this going. Do a little outside workout. We'll get the sun bear out here on the next one. And yeah. So what else did I want to talk about? So why am I doing the sumo deadlift? First of all, like I said, my chiropractor, physical therapist recommended the sumo variation specifically for what I have going on with my back. And that's because the sumo deadlift is mostly legs. You don't really get a lot of involvement from your back. So it's a lot more laminectomy friendly to do sumo. So it's a good place to start. Sumo is not, I'm not one of those guys that thinks sumo deadlift is cheating. It's all about biomechanics. For some people, it's actually harder to do sumo than conventional. So it's all very subjective. I kind of hate that meme where people say that sumo deadlifts are cheating or not a real deadlift or whatever. No, they're perfectly fine, especially if you have issues with your back and you're trying to take some tension, you know, off your back. There is no shame in your game for doing sumo deadlifts whatsoever. So yeah, so that's why we're kind of focused on progressing with those, is because they are targeting the legs more. And then I assume once I get to a point where I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll start working in the trap bar, just so I have that perfect center of gravity where I'm dead center with the weight around me. So that way I'm not in front of or behind the bar, and having that sort of, you know, shift in center of gravity, which is what puts the stress on your back. But yeah, these feel fantastic. A month ago, I could not even dream of doing sumo deadlifts, but very happy to get through this workout today and, you know, not feel any pain. I'm starting to feel like myself again. So that is freaking great. Yeah, so Sunday, and things are about to get hectic here. You know, like I said, Rachel and I, we've got a little one on the way. We've got a daughter in the oven right now. So, you know, once she's born, we'll just have to see. I'm gonna keep trying to do shorts. I did a short like a month ago or so. You want to check that out? It's kind of a mushy. It doesn't really have much to do with training. It just talks about how I met Rachel as a trainer. She was actually one of my clients back in the day, and we started dating and 7 years later, we're married and have a kid on the way. So that's the gist of the last short I put out. It's a little mushy, but I'm gonna have more training focused ones. I guess I'm gonna start biting back into like my catalog, some of my older videos, and just kind of clipping those for now. But yeah, we'll start having some original shorts go up here very soon, most likely this week. I got a lot of stuff going on though. I got school, going back to college. I have one last semester here, the fall semester. And really it's just for the GI Bill money. I already have a degree. And what I'm doing this semester is not going to be enough for a second degree. Just kind of milking the government teat a little bit here, trying to save some money before this baby is born. So still going to take it seriously. You know, I am taking a bunch of business classes, so it is all going to be relevant to, you know, what Rachel and I do. So it can't hurt. Between that and then I recently joined a band. I auditioned for a local band who lost their rhythm guitarist. I auditioned a couple weeks ago, got the part, and I've been to a few practices, so now that's in my schedule. I'm just loading up as much stuff as I can do right now. Just got a bunch of little side hustles going. I got this sweet freaking eBay gig where, you know, I'm going around to thrift shops and finding things. I actually got a sale today, but finding little things to flip on eBay. So basically just trying to hustle and make every little nickel and dime I can. So you know, this band is supposed to go on tour in about 3 months. So, you know, it'll be a little while before that starts making money, but you know, at least it'll be a little extra pocket change, doing something that I love, of course. That's always important. All right, we got something else going on here in the chat. Might as well use the benefits, says Sunbear. Yes, exactly. And that's another thing. The thing that a lot of people don't know about the GI Bill is that you have to pay for it. It's not free. Your first year of enlistment, if you sign up for the GI Bill, they take that money out of every paycheck. Now they don't take that money, like I didn't pay enough into it to afford college, obviously, from 1 year of having a fraction of my crappy soldier pay taken. But, you know, there is sort of money that goes into it before you're entitled to that entitlement. So it is kind of like a welfare program that you have to pay into before you use it. So, but yeah, so other than that, just working on the farm. Got rabbits, got a bunch of new babies. Gonna probably sell them off, make a little money off of them. So yes, very focused right now on saving. And that being said, like I said earlier, I do offer online training. I coach people remotely. If you are interested in that, feel free to join the Discord. I don't have a link available right now. Typically I put one in the description, but I didn't have a lot of time to prep for today's stream because I just had stuff going on beforehand. So Sombear, if you're listening and you want to throw a Discord link in the chat, that would be awesome. So all right, let me put this plate away real quick. So yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up. It's been an hour. Another good stream. This is typically what I do when I go live on Sundays. It's about an hour long. Someone else wants to voice. Someone else has something to say. Who wants to see a silky rooster? Who wants to see the most ridiculous looking chicken you've ever seen in your life? He's in alpha mode right now. He's letting everyone know. There's Rachel's. That's the Sunbear shed right there. Look at them windows. On point. Where is he? Little squirt. Yeah, right there is the silky. It's like the camera's having a hard time focusing. Of course, he stops crowing the second I come over here, because the Silky and I have been going through some dominance training. So he recognizes me as the chief rooster, the head cock. Yeah, he was getting really ballsy, and was kind of attacking us anytime we would try to go in there and feed him. So had to do a little research on like rooster dominating, and he's been way better. Way better. As you can see, like, he was crowing obnoxiously until I walked over there and then instantly shut up. So unfortunately, I kind of wanted to show you guys how ridiculous this bird is, but all right, let's see. All right, so there, Some Bear just dropped the Discord link in the chat. So if you would like to join, feel free to join the Discord. And you can find me, Red Wolf is my name on Discord. So if you are interested in online coaching, strength progression, rehabilitation, whatever type stuff, or even if you're just working out at home and you're looking for some ideas, feel free to hit me up on Discord, and we will get started as soon as you're ready. So, looking at my list behind the chat over here, looks like I have covered everything I wanted to talk about. I was going to talk a little bit about diet, but didn't really get any diet questions today, so didn't feel like anybody was interested. I guess except for Terry's little diatribe about waiter pressing pizza. Very good idea. Some Bear says I'm the top cock. Yeah. That's a lovely title. Excellent. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate everyone for being here. We got a lot of really good, chats in here today. Oh, it looks like we got something else. Who needs a diet when you can just run every day? Yeah. No. Not all of us can be in the Canadian military. Is that really what you do? Running every day? That sounds awful, man. You gotta mix it up. Don't you guys have like muscle endurance days? Do you guys do like push-ups and sit-ups? Or I guess Canadians, since you guys are, maybe it's because of your French blood, they just teach you how to run a whole bunch. Gadunks. All right, anyway. No, I do different cardio every day before upper body workout. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, keep it interesting. Running will wear you down. Over time, it'll just zap your joints. Something is held for review. Oh, who posted something naughty? We only do fucking circuits. Yeah, that sucks. Like there's like last man ups where you guys are like running in formation. You got those columns. Then you have the guys in the very back of the formation that have to sprint to the front, and it's this continuous flow of jogging and sprinting. That was always my least favorite. I absolutely hated last man ups. I didn't really like running in general. It was easily my least favorite event on the PT test. But yeah, anyway, thank you for tuning in. If it's not raining next Sunday, I will be live again. So if you want to tune in and do something similar, we could very well have Sun Bear out here with us for the next stream. We'll see how she's feeling. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got something out of today's stream. And I'll see you in the next video. Okay, I forget how to turn this off. Oh God, here we go. No. Awkward. Okay. Bye, everybody.